Let's follow the path of Dusty's trail, oh, Dusty's trail, Dusty's trail. A stage and a wagon a heading west, part of a wagon train lost from the rest. Dusty's the reason for their plight. Thanks to Dusty, nothing's right. Only the wagon master's hand keeps them a-rolling to the promised land. Oh, the going gets mighty rough, but they don't seem to mind. It's California, that's the place they must find. Deserts and rocks are in their way, but they won't stop, come what may. Mountains and hills that they must scale, but they know they'll make it 'cause they just can't fail on Dusty's trail.
Don't bother to get up, sir. I was just leaving. Real, honest-to-goodness treasure map. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
That sounds like a bobcat coming this way. Stand back.
Guess what I found? Guess what I found?
I don't know what it was, but anything that makes you move that fast, I hope you find one every day.
I found a dead man.
You found
a real live dead man.
Good heavens. Are you sure he was dead?
He looked dead to me.
Did you feel his pulse?
I couldn't find any.
Wait. Now let's stop. Calm down and start at the very beginning, huh?
Okay. I was born of poor but honest parents on a small farm in Pennsylvania.
No,
We didn't have a cow.
that's not you. Tell us about the dead man.
I don't know where he was born. I know where he died. You ought to see him down to skin and bones without the skin.
Would you say that what you found was a skeleton?
I'd be happy to say that. What I found was a skeleton.
Skeleton? Is that all?
Yeah, what's all the fuss about a skeleton?
I bet he died trying to protect this treasure map.
A treasure map?
That's what it looks like to me.
You see?
You went to college, is that markings are
Carter.
Good afternoon, Dusty.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Brookhaven. Mr. Brookhaven.
Won't you join us?
Yes, please sit down.
You really must take tea with us, young man. You look positively starved.
I always look positively starved, even after I've eaten.
Just a spot of tea, then.
I couldn't eat another spot.
Daphne, it's obvious why this poor lad isn't hungry. He has a problem.
I do?
Of course you do, dear boy. Fortune hunters and sharpshooters and connivers of all kinds will try to separate you from your treasure map.
Unless you have a business partner who's schooled in money matters.
You mean like a banker?
Precisely.
Well, you're a banker, Mr. Brookhaven. Why don't you just...
Accepted, my dear boy, accepted. Now, let's get all this down in black and white.
We don't need a piece of paper between us. I trust you.
Oh, we trust you too, Dusty.
Thanks.
But now that we're both partners, wouldn't it be splendid if we both had a copy of a map for safekeeping?
Now, why didn't I think of that? I guess that's why you're a businessman.
Exactly, my dear boy. Exactly.
You hold the map and I'll copy. See? Yeah, there it is.
And your eyes, Dusty, they say so much. And your hair. And your muscles.
I think it's in the other arm.
Dusty, I'd like to make a man-to-man proposition.
Okay, but I don't think you're built for it.
I'm talking about a partnership. The two of us. Why, we'll open the biggest, brightest, gold, dangest dance hall in all of Frisco.
I don't know how to run a dance hall.
But I'll personally teach you everything you need to know.
Okay, partners. I'll go draw you a match.
Do you really mean it?
Of course I mean it. We're partners.
Oh, that's great. Because that treasure can really do wonders for this new land.
Like what?
You and I can dam rivers for irrigation, clear the land for cities, build a railroad from coast to coast. What do you think of that?
I don't know. It seems like a lot of work for just two guys.
There. Good as new.
Thanks, Betsy.
There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you, Dusty. Or the children.
Children? I don't remember proposing.
Not ours, Dusty. I'm talking about the children out west who need an education. Gee, with your treasure, you could build the finest school, hire the best teachers, buy the best books.
Sounds like a great school. Could I go?
Of course.
And could I hire you to be the teacher?
Well, sure.
Can I be in your class?
First row, first seat.
Okay, teach. You got yourself a bunch of schools. Mr. Callahan, this is for you.
Hey, hold on here a minute. That's a copy of your treasure map.
Yeah, I want to make you my partner.
Well, that's very generous of you, Dusty, but you found the treasure. It's yours. It's all yours.
Yeah, but I want you to be my partner, too.
Well, thanks again, but what do you mean, two?
Oh, I was having tea with Mr. and Mrs. Brookhaven. He's
You didn't make them partners in your treasure.
I didn't? I thought I did.
I better have a talk with them and unpartner you.
What about Lulu?
Well, what about Lulu? Don't tell me you made her a partner, too.
Okay, I won't tell you, but I did.
Oh, no.
We were having a man-to-man talk, and it seems like a good idea at the time.
You got any more partners?
Nope, except for Betsy and Andy.
Betsy and... who else?
Nobody, except you, and you don't want to be a partner.
Dusty, don't you know what happens to people when they hear the word treasure? Well, they get greedy. They might try to take your treasure away from you.
But they're my friends. They wouldn't cheat me.
Maybe yes, maybe no. I got a hunch no could be bigger than yes. Huh?
Doing the right thing?
I'm positive.
Well, it's deceitful, underhanded, and downright dishonest.
You see, I told you it was the right thing.
Lulu? Lulu? I wonder if anything happened to her.
Hey, Dusty. Dusty, wake up.
ready to sleep.
Go sleep.
No, I keep thinking about the treasure. Let's go find it. Okay. I'll find it for both of us.
Hey, Dusty, pal. Your partner's gone to business for themselves. Hey, come on, wake up, little pal. Uh-huh. Treasure map. Yeah, you just keep sleeping, little pal. I'll go get that treasure before they do, and it'll be all yours.
I must have slept late. Where is everybody?
Mr. Callahan? Betsy? Lulu? Anybody? Is anybody around
Mr. Callahan say that when you're facing wild animals, you're supposed to play dead.
Mr. Callahan?
Andy, you scared the curls off of me.
What are you doing out here away from camp?
I was thirsty. What about you?
I was looking for the treasure, too.
You seem to be birds of a feather.
Well, Dusty and I plan to use that treasure for a very worthy cause.
Well, so do I. I plan to build a great, big, beautiful dance hall to brighten up the lives of lonely old men.
That's a worthy cause?
It is for lonely old men.
Callahan! Callahan! I've got to find Mr. Callahan and tell him about Dusty. been killed by a bear. Oh, no.
And none of us were there to help him. Girls, you go find Mr. Callahan. I'm going back to camp.
Well, where do we look?
You go this way and I'll go that way.
Carter, this is ridiculous.
There's nothing ridiculous about money.
But I'm tired.
Keep saying to yourself, money, money, money. It gives you strength.
Mrs. Brookhaven, what's wrong, my dear? I have some terrible news.
Don't tell me the stock market's crashed.
It's Dusty. He's been killed by a bear.
Come, my dear. We'll return immediately to the camp. Come along.
Let's see now. 6 large steps west. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There you are. Got bad news for you about Dusty. Oh, it's terrible. There was this big bear, and poor Dusty.
How bad is it?
Bad as it can be.
Yeah, well, maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can still help him, huh? Yeah.
Come on, Callahan.
Yeah, well, maybe some people from another wagon train buried him.
There's some prospectors.
Yeah.
Rather sloppy, whoever they were.
Yeah, well, anyway, I'm glad they took care of my little pal. Well, let's go get the women, get this over with. Well, I ain't very good at this sort of thing, but I got a few words I'd like to say. I'm the only one that's to blame for what happened to Dusty. If I hadn't have been so worried about who's going to get the treasure, my little pal would still be alive. Oh, I used to holler at him a lot when he'd do stupid things. I don't mean I'm sorry he's stupid. I mean, I'm sorry I hollered. Anyways, Dusty, wherever you are, I hope you can hear me and that you forgive me.
I've never known anybody that was nicer, sweeter. He wanted to go to school. He would have been my favorite pupil. Even if he didn't learn anything.
We let the treasure blind us. We allowed pure greed to send us into the woods when we were needed here. It isn't much, Dusty, but when we get to California, I will build a monument to your eternal memory, which will be called appropriately the Carter Brookhaven Memorial.
Dusty.
The Carter Brookhaven Dusty Memorial.
Dusty, you were so different from all the men I've ever known.
They were always fresh. And you were always shy. They were always suave and sophisticated, handsome and witty. And you were always Dusty.
Dusty, I know you can't hear me. But I know you can hear this. You were a good and honest man, and I'm truly sorry.
Oh, Dusty, if you could only come back to us.
I'm coming back.
Dusty, wherever you are now, I know you'll rest in comfort.
Mr. Callahan? Mr. Callahan! Hiya. You surprised to see me?
Hey, Dusty. Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, tell me, how's it up there?
It's kind of chilly. All I got is a sheet.
Get the hang of it.
Mr. Callahan.
Yeah, don't say a word. Just want to remember you like you were. Yeah, it's all right. We'll be riding through those pearly gates side by side again.
Mr. Callahan?
Is that you? I must be dreaming again.
That's what you said last night.
Last night? Was that really you? I mean, this really you?
Yeah, cross my heart.
You're not dead.
Cross my heart.
Hey, Dusty's alive. My little pal's alive.
Yeah, Mr. Callahan, that was a beautiful funeral.
Funeral? You heard that? Why'd you let us go on with all that slop without saying something?
Well, it was so beautiful, I wished I was dead.
Hey, everybody! Come out! Dusty's alive! Hey, come here! My little pal's alive! He's alive, I tell you! You had me fooled!
I'm so happy! Make room for Lulu! Oh, to see Sir Hammond and Auntie Dusty. Oh, I'm ecstatic, aren't you, Carter?
Overjoyed, my boy.
You're welcome back.
Wait a minute. The grave. Who's under there?
Nobody. That's my clothes. You see, I ran into this skunk.
A skunk? Say no more! Say no more, Dusty!
Well, I better get dressed. You know, we got to find that treasure. We're all partners.
How do you like that little guy, huh? After all that's happened, he still wants you all to be his partners.
I found the treasure. I found the treasure.
Treasure! Hey! Where is it? How do you like that? Treasure is a town, and a map just shows us how to get there.
There goes my dance hall. My school.
My dam.
My word.
Suppose you're all mad at me.
Hey, nobody's mad at you, little pal.
But we didn't find a treasure.
You're wrong. We may have found the greatest treasure of them all.
What?
I'll explain it to you when you're older. Yeah, come on, Dusty boy. We gotta get rolling.
Wait a minute, Mr. Callahan. I figured I'd dig up my clothes. Maybe the smell's gone by now.
No, skunk spray stays forever. Sure wish Dusty'd get here with that blanket.
Glad you know about smoke signals, Callahan.
That's part of being a wagon master. We'll send up a signal that we come in peace, and they'll let us pass through their territory. Hey, what took you so long?
How to roll Lulu out of it.
Hey. All right, get a hold of the blanket. 3 short puffs mean that we're friendly.
You want to spell that friendly with a capital F or a small F?
Will you stop jabbering? The fire will go out. All right, you hold that end down over there. That'll be good and tight. All right?
The blanket.
Dusty, you've added 2 extra puffs.
You changed the message. I think 5 puffs mean that we're mortal enemies. If they saw those last 2 puffs, we are in big trouble.
Callahan?
Dusty just sent up the wrong smoke signal. I don't know what kind of a message those Indians got.
Are we gonna head north?
No, there's heavy snow up there.
What about south?
Bandit territory.
Some choice. We get captured, frozen, or shot.
Yeah, Miss Brookhaven, you folks all set?
Yes. Oh, dear, for Carter's sake, I do hope those Indians are friendly. Tomorrow's a very special day.
Darling, you can't expect them to be friendly just because it's my birthday.
They're really close now. Maybe less than a mile.
We can't hightail it out of here now. They got fast ponies, we got slow wagons.
Oh, we just can't sit around here and wait for them.
Yeah. That's exactly what we're going to do. Indians admire and respect courage, and that's what we're going to show them, is courage. Right, folks?
Right. Courage.
Just pour and smile like nothing was wrong. Remind me later to scream in pain, huh? Yeah, we are here in peace.
We know you come in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in Tarawaka smoke signals. 3 puffs mean friendly. 5 mean lifelong friendship.
We're lucky I'm such a lousy speller.
Well, it's nice that we all came here in friendship.
Yeah, I mean, how about that? We're all just good friends, hmm?
All right, Chief. I mean, if he was a member of your tribe, he would be known as Little Chief Hole in the Head. Yeah, well, all we want is for our wagon train to pass through your territory.
Of course. To pass through our territory, it is custom to pay tribute.
Yes, but we have many fine gifts for you, huh? Yeah, I'd have him gift wrap for you, but I don't think you'd want him.
Do business, you need a businessman. Chief, how about this diamond? Worth 5,000 buffalo.
Rather have 1 buffalo.
It's 24 carats.
Tribe grows on vegetables. Chief, like this. I accept this as tribute. You may pass through our territory.
Oh, that was very generous of you, dear, giving up your favorite walking stick.
Well, I must say it goes rather well with that elegant headdress. That's something I'd like to have.
Now you may continue on your journey.
Ah, thank you, Chief.
I've just gotten a most marvelous idea for Carter's birthday.
Let's take care of the birthday later. I gotta say goodbye to the Chief. Huh?
Oh, before you do, perhaps you can make an arrangement with him for that lovely headdress.
For the headdress? But that is impossible.
Oh, please. It would mean so much to Carter.
Oh, Chief, my gold bracelet.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
I can't seem to find my Daphne.
Well, she's probably in the stagecoach.
Oh, yes, perhaps. I'll look and see.
Hey, where's Mr. Callahan?
I don't know. Last time I saw him, he was checking his horse. Maybe he knows where Mrs. Brookhaven is.
You said you had a surprise for me?
Yes, Miss Brookhaven. And you've got your surprise for Mr. Brookhaven's birthday. Yeah.
The headdress? Oh, it'll be the best birthday present Carter's ever had.
Well, I sure hope he appreciates it, because I had to trade your gold bracelet and my Bowie knife for that.
Your Bowie knife?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Callahan. I know how much that Bowie knife meant to you.
Mrs. Brookhaven, Mr. Callahan. I don't believe it.
Something wrong?
Nope.
Well, then why are you so nervous?
I'm not saying.
What aren't you saying?
I'm not saying that I saw Mrs. Brookhaven and Mr. Callahan kissing in broad daylight, because if this gets around, it...
Mr. Callahan and Mrs. Brookhaven? Are you sure?
I saw it with my own eyes, both of them.
Oh, Mr. Brookhaven's going to be devastated. Oh, we've got to keep them apart before this goes any further.
Yeah, like right now.
Dusty, what are you doing there?
I got a better question. What are you doing sitting on my lap?
Well, I didn't know your lap was there. Now move over.
Mr. Callahan.
Yes?
I have something I'd like to tell Mrs. Brookhaven. Would you mind moving?
No, let's go, dear.
What a lucky wife you are to have such a charming, devoted husband like Mr. Brookhaven.
I know that.
Betsy, your beans are ready.
Now? Lulu, would you mind taking my place?
What's wrong with where I am?
Well, this log is much softer over here.
Okay.
I was just telling Mrs. Brookhaven about how wonderful her husband is. Faithful and devoted. Isn't that right, Lulu?
Well, he never winked at me, Mrs. Brookhaven.
Beans are ready, Lulu. Come get them.
Here, Dusty, what's the matter with you?
I just can't seem to sit still tonight. Maybe Annie's serving jumping beans. My, but it's chilly tonight. You know, Mr. Brookhaven, if I had a wife as beautiful as yours, I'd put my arms around her and keep her warm.
I'll do better than that. I'll go fetch her shawl.
Thank you, dear.
Mr. Callahan.
Oh.
Now that Mr. Brookhaven is gone, I can tell you that I have an unexpected surprise for him.
But it wouldn't remain a surprise if we told everyone, would it?
Quite right. If we told everyone, our secret might leak out.
Lulu, you're doing a wonderful thing trying to save the Brookhavens' marriage.
Well, from what you've been telling me has been going on, we'd better get Mr. Callahan's mind off of Mrs. Brookhaven in a hurry.
Are you sure you can do it?
If I can, I'll turn in my beauty mark. Hi, Cal.
Hi, Lulu. Just getting everything shipshape for today's trek.
Well, speaking of shipshape, what do you think of my new outfit?
That's great. Hand me that can of axle grease there, would you?
Sure. Only I'll have to be real careful, Cal, because I don't want to get any grease on this tight, form-fitting dress.
Yeah. Thanks.
Boy, I always admired you wagon masters. I mean, you're such a mass of muscles. You know, I'll bet if you hugged a girl, you'd put a dent in her rib cage.
Speaking of rib cage, I sure wish we could fatten up old Bessie. That golly, she do sweat a lot on the trail.
There's a lot more interesting things around here beside trails and horses. If you just open your eye.
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I've been looking all over for that wrench. There you are. I believe she's wearing a new dress.
Well, how'd it go? Like the Battle of Waterloo. Meet Napoleon.
I took the emerald from my ring. Do you think it adds the right touch to the headdress?
Oh, Mrs. Brookhaven, that's a thing of beauty.
I thought it needed a little something extra. Now, where can I hide it so that he won't find it and spoil our secret?
Well, how about the covered wagon? He never goes in there.
Oh, just the right place.
Yes, ma'am.
I've hidden dear Carter's present where no one will ever find it.
Oh, that's good. Here, let me help you down, Mrs. Brookhaven. Oh.
Husband is always the last to know. Callahan, unhand my wife.
Well, you don't understand.
I said unhand my wife, sir.
But...
Drop her at once, sir.
You're jumping to conclusions.
Sir, I challenge you to a duel.
Mr. Brookhaven, will you please get inside?
I'm not riding with that woman.
Whoa! Everybody, whoa!
Look,
Mr. Brookhaven, you can't walk all the way to California.
I can try. I will not ride with Mrs. Brookhaven or that wife-stealing wagon master.
At least get my coach and talk it over with Mrs. Brookhaven.
Not until I avenge my honor. After the duel with Mr. Callahan, she can take the one that's left.
Duels don't settle anything.
You might get shot.
Shot? Good heavens.
Why are we stopping?
The duel is off.
Well, I'm certainly glad to hear that.
Me too. Now I don't have to keep that secret.
What secret?
Well, I saw Mr. Callahan kissing your wife.
You kissed my wife?
Now, Mr. Brookhaven.
You can't. You'll see my second within the hour.
Before you go ahead with this duel, Mr. Brookhaven, I've got to warn you, Mr. Callahan's a dead shot.
Andy, I think you should know I once won a piggy bank in a shooting gallery.
That piggy didn't shoot back.
You have a point there. Nevertheless, my honor is at stake.
Mr. Brookhaven, if you'll just give me 2 minutes, I can explain this whole situation.
Andy, I appoint you my second. I refuse to speak to Callahan. Tell him he has 1 minute to leave.
You heard him, Mr. Callahan. You've got 1 minute to leave.
Well, if he's going to behave like that, you tell him that he can speak to me through my second, who is Dusty. Dusty, you tell him that I am not interested in his wife.
I am not interested in his wife. I mean, I'm interested in your wife. I mean, his wife.
He's not interested in your wife.
Then why was he kissing her?
Then why was he kissing her?
Why was he kissing her?
It had to do with a birthday present.
I didn't even believe that one.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
No one tells the Brookhaven to shut up. Tell him I shall meet him on the field of honor.
Mr. Callahan.
Mrs. Brookhaven, we shouldn't be seen talking to each other. We're in enough trouble as it is.
I simply had to tell you that even though Mr. Brookhaven doubts my love, I don't want him to get hurt.
Well, neither do I. But I tried to talk him out of it. He challenged me to a duel.
There must be a way.
Well, if there is, I'm sure that I don't... Well, yes, there just might be one way.
What is it you wanted?
Nothing. I just thought we'd take a little walk and get some fresh air and... Oh, my, what have we stumbled upon? It looks like Mr. Callahan's practice range. He's just warming up. That was left-handed. Look at that. He shot the tail feathers right out of the eagle.
Destruction of money. Unforgivable.
What about the duel? You're going to give it up now.
No, I'm not. I need more practice.
Are you sure you want to go through with this?
Yes, I'm sure.
It's a good thing I'm not a few inches taller. But give up the duel, Mr. Brookhaven. It's not worth your life or mine.
When a Brookhaven's honor is at stake, there is no turning back.
Hold it.
What are you doing there?
I want to be where it's safe.
And in the unlikely event that a stray Callahan bullet should pierce my aching heart, I bequeath the sum of $1 million to my favorite charity, the Institute for the Underprivileged Rich, and to my beloved wife, Daphne.
Yes, Mr. Brookhaven.
I leave all my gold mines, all my banks, and everything else they can't take with me.
Oh, Mr. Brookhaven, you're the most forgiving man I've ever met. You must love her deeply.
Oh, I do, my dear. I love her more than I love my mother. And she left me my fortune.
Your bedroll's still made up. You been up all night?
Yeah. Trying to figure some way out of this silly duel.
Got any ideas?
Well, the only thing I can think of is to go ahead and have the duel and make sure I miss him.
The only trouble with that is he'll be shooting at you.
Did you ever see Mr. Brookhaven shoot? Couldn't hit a buffalo if he's riding on its back.
Might get lucky. He's got 6 shots.
You got a point there.
You know, I was thinking, what if we took the lead out of the bullets and just left the powder?
Yeah, blanks, huh? That way Mr. Brookhaven could avenge his honor and nobody get hurt.
Exactly.
Hey, you're a genius, Andy. But don't tell anybody. Mr. Brookhaven must never know.
Never.
Hey, cheers.
The duel will proceed in 5 minutes. Mr. Callahan has given you first choice of weapons.
I'm not sure which one to pick.
Take my word, sir, they're identical.
Oh.
I'll give the other gun to Mr. Callahan.
Tell him to expect a rigorous battle. He has only his life at stake. I have my million.
Here's some things you might need, Mr. Brookhaven. Some bandages and splints and... Oh, yeah, there's a stretcher out by the field.
Bandages and splints?
And the smelling salts for me. I can't stand the sight of blood. I know there's going to be plenty of that.
Perhaps everyone is right. Perhaps we should call the whole thing off.
Well, hooray! That's great, Mr. Brookhaven. I mean, what do you care if everybody calls you a coward?
Coward? Brookhaven has never turned his back on danger. The duel is back on. My gun, please.
I can't find it.
Very well. I'll use yours. You may inform Mr. Callahan that I am ready to face him. And may the richest man win.
Shoot straight, sir. I will show no mercy.
You, sir, have stolen your last wife. Let the duel proceed.
Gentlemen, you will each take 10 paces, and on the count of 10, you will turn and fire. Ready, Dusty?
Ready. 1, 2.
Carter, you mustn't go on with this. It's all a dreadful mistake. You see, I was planning this surprise for you.
Now, Daphne, dearest, please stand back. Mr. Callahan has just cuckolded his last cuckoldee. It's a matter of honor now, dear.
Mrs. Brookhaven, there's nothing to worry about. Mr. Callahan and I took the lead out of the bullets. There's nothing in there but powder.
Oh, thank heavens.
Okay, then. We have to start over again. Everybody back up. Ready or not? 1, 2, 3.
Dusty, can't you count to 10 any faster than that?
No, okay. Have to start all over again. Back up. On your mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ye gods, what's all the rush about?
I can't wait to find out how it turns out. 9, 10.
Dusty, get down!
Out of the way!
Well, I have fired my best shot, Mr. Brookhaven. Now it's your turn.
Thank you, sir.
It's a real bullet.
Well, what did you expect, a marshmallow? Defend yourself.
I give up, Mr. Brookhaven.
My honor has been avenged. Daphne, come along, dear.
Andy, I could have been killed.
Well, I can't figure out how real bullets got in Mr. Brookhaven's gun.
That wasn't Mr. Brookhaven's gun. That was my gun.
Your gun? Dusty, how did he get your gun? I mean, for crying out loud, I could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Mr. Callahan, but at least you learned a great dance.
Oh, yeah, it did.
What'd you do that for?
I don't like to dance alone, little pal. I don't like to dance alone. He don't even know I'm shooting blanks.
For he's a jolly good fellow that nobody can deny.
Thank you, one and all. Just imagine, I'm wearing a real Indian chief's headdress.
Well, I'm mighty glad we got our misunderstanding cleared up, Mr. Brookhaven. Put her there.
No longer Mr. Brookhaven, sir. From now on, Big Chief, never be suspicious of wife again.
You know, if I ever get married, Mrs. Brookhaven, I hope I get married to someone like you.
Oh, thank you, Dusty.
Quiet, Kronk. Still!
Soon they send back a wheel to your wagon and we move on, yeah? Always it is worse when you have not been fed. I go see what I can find for you.
Quiet, Kronk. Quiet. Try to be quiet.
Camp here for tonight.
Please, Mr. Callahan, let's not stop here. I got a weird feeling about this place.
You get a weird feeling about a lot of places.
But this time my weird feeling's weirder than my usual weird.
Believe me, I have discovered that experience is more reliable than feeling. Now, you can trust me. This is a safe place to camp.
Fine, Lulu. I got tomatoes and potatoes and When you coming over, did you happen to see a bag of beans going the other direction?
A bag of beans going? You know, I always thought I understood men, but you shake my confidence. Just get the vegetables ready, okay?
No. This one.
I saw that tomato snatcher. Give it back. Give it back. Look, if you can afford a fur coat, you can afford to pay for the vegetables. Come on down here and fix me like a man. Come
Hey, Andy, don't feed them ponies too many apples. There ain't nothing more ornery than a pony with the bloat.
Mr. Callahan, Andy, help! Terrible, big, out of a tree, mouth, teeth, and tomatoes and potatoes and...
Wait a minute. Simmer down now. Let's try to make some sense.
You're hysterical, Dusty. Now, take a deep breath and pronounce each word slowly. You ready? All right, begin.
Tree.
What about a tree?
Thing.
Thing in a tree. What kind of thing?
Hair.
All right, you saw a hairy thing in a tree. What was it doing there?
Hairy
hairy arms and hairy feet and hairy toes and hairy cheeks and look like a big man-eating wing, and don't let it get me.
Here, wait a minute. All right, little pal. Nothing's going to get you.
Dusty, the thing you described couldn't possibly be here.
It couldn't?
No, the only creature answering to that description is the giant African bush gorilla, and there aren't any on this continent.
Well, why should you tell that the gorilla swiped my tomatoes?
Now, wait a minute. There is no doubt that you saw something. But if Andy, with all his book learning, says it ain't a gorilla, that is one thing we can be sure that it ain't, huh?
I didn't see a big old hairy gorilla?
Absolutely not.
Sure am glad I didn't see that big old hairy gorilla before.
Why?
Because I just didn't see him swiping those apples right now.
The apples are gone.
I wonder who could have taken them.
Well, one thing for sure, we know it wasn't a big hairy gorilla. Right, Andy?
Right. Well, if you just get up and walk away, I mean, what in tarnation are we up against here?
You hear that? Indian war drums.
Those are not Indian war drums.
How can you be sure of that?
Because I speak drum language. And if those were Indian war drums, the message that they just sent out would be, my uncle's elbow is in the house of a squirrel.
Maybe the drummer's a rotten speller.
The one thing I know for sure, that sound is not Indian war drums. And no Indian made that footprint. What do you make of that, Andy?
It's remarkable. It's the track of a simian primate in the great ape classification.
Oh, thank goodness. For a minute, I thought you were going to say gorilla.
That's what he just said.
I don't understand it. But I can't deny it appears to be the track of a gorilla.
Deny it. Deny it.
I don't know what it is. But until it can be identified, we must assume it's dangerous.
Yeah, very.
And hairy.
That thumping noise has stopped.
Carter, are you sure?
My dear, if I can hear interest accumulating in a vault in Boston, I can certainly hear when a noise has stopped. Listen.
Yes. I distinctly hear nothing. There it isn't again. Carter, what shall we do? I feel like running.
Brookhaven's never run. Not when they can hide.
I don't know how you can be so calm, Lulu. I got a real case of the jitters.
Well, when a gal earns her living doing the cooch dance at the cowboy picnic, she learns not to scare so easy.
Relax. Try. But I can't help worrying.
Well, everybody gets that spooky feeling once in a while. Just keep telling yourself that you're not afraid.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm afraid.
Dusty.
No!
Andy. We got company.
Oh, should I make some coffee and biscuits?
It's not that kind of company. Hey. It's that kind of company.
What do you think it is, Mr. Callahan?
I don't know. All right, come on out, whoever you are, and come out slow.
Klaus von Schmidt, at your service. And so I have been tracking him since he geflogen there, since his escape. And then I see your campfire and decide I must present myself before it is too late, yeah?
What do you mean, too late?
My gorilla is a ferocious and wild, dangerous animal. If he hurt any of you, I should be most sorry.
I knew it was a gorilla. I could smell bananas on his breath.
Why don't you tell us everything you can about your gorilla? That way we stand a better chance of protecting ourselves and helping you capture him.
Yeah, that mark good. I agree with you, sir. First of all, I tell you his nomen, his name. Krank.
Gesundheit.
Has he escaped before?
Oh, yeah. In London and in Vienna. Oh, many times. And always he does the same thing.
What do you mean?
First, he finds food. Then he beats his chest to establish his territory. And then?
And then what?
Then he steals a woman.
Oh. Well, at least our ladies are all safe.
Quick, Mr. Callahan! Shoot! He's got Betsy!
Well, I can't! I might hit her!
Ach, du bist kaputt. You have lost them. Now Gronk has her, and he will kill anyone who tries to take her back. Lieber, das ist mein Gestiefenpund. Das Abische Haus gegangen mit der kleinen Mädel.
What did you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. When I am excited, I forget to speak my good English.
Now, look, let's not lose our heads. Betsy is in trouble, and she's depending upon us.
Yeah, let's run after that gorilla and take Betsy away from him and give him a knuckle sandwich right in the fangs.
Nein. I have seen Gronk tear a tree trunk in half with his bare hands.
Maybe we better wait until he's tired of her.
The first thing we gotta do is figure out where he's taking her.
Well, if he behaves like other great apes, he's probably heading for a cave.
Yeah, that is exactly right.
Well, we better give up then. There's so many caves around and the mountains look like Swiss cheese.
Look, we'll make search parties. You go with Klaus, Andy will go with me. We'll leave Mr. Brookhaven here to look after the ladies. Come on, Andy.
No, thank you. I'm not hungry. They're good.
Betsy! Hey, Betsy, can you hear me?
Dusty, I'm in here!
Gronk, it is I, Klaus, yeah? Do not harm the girl, Gronk. Please, do not harm the girl. Listen to me closely, my friends. Gronk may get crazy any time now. So you must hurry and find Mr. Callahan and give him an important message. Meanwhile, I shall stand watch here.
Yeah, what if I go find Mr. Callahan, give him an important message while you stand watch here?
That is just what I have said.
I know, but it sounded so good I wanted to hear it again.
So, now you must take my message and do not miss ein word. The exactness of the message may save the girl's life. Ja, gut?
Ja, gut.
Gut. Das Abische Wurst ist gefüllt der schöne Schulische mit der Gran Gewan oder alles in Ordnung. Abflung, alles in Ordnung oder machen Sie kaputt. Tot. Ja, gut?
Ja, gut.
Gut. Ein Moment, bitte. Young man, the message in English is that... Ach, he's gone. Dummkopf.
Betsy! Betsy, where are you? Betsy!
Mr. Callahan.
Hey, Dusty, is that you?
Mr. Callahan. Message, quick.
Well, tell us.
Geflungen and geflungen and kaput. Ja, kaput, ja.
That's the message?
Yeah, and Klaus said if I didn't get it right, Betsy might get hurt real bad.
Well, obviously, Klaus remained behind to guard something.
Right, we found the cave where Gronk took Betsy, and Klaus, said I gotta find you guys while he stayed behind and was lookout. That's what the message must have said. Hey, how about that? I can speak German.
Well, let's make tracks.
No, not yet. Now, without a plan, we run the risk of irritating Gronk with no purpose.
Yeah, we gotta have a plan.
Has anybody seen Annie's equipment chest?
It's over there on the wagon.
Yeah, I gotta get some stuff to take care of Gronk.
Oh, I didn't know Andy had a cannon in there.
It's not a gun. It's some kind of scientific formula in a big bottle. That's not it.
If you can tell us what it is you're seeking, perhaps we can help you seek.
I can't remember the name, but it has something that sounds kind of funny.
Potassium cyanide. Fulminate of mercury.
This is it. Chloroform.
All right, now let's go over the plan one more time, Dusty. Klaus and I will rig the net over the mouth of the cave, just out of Gronk's sight.
Right. I make a noise outside so when he comes outside to see it.
Yeah, and then you and Klaus drop the net over him, and I'll get in there and wrestle with him until you can get the chloroform in his mouth.
Yeah, but you must do it quickly.
You better believe it. I can't wrestle that ape too long.
Don't you worry. As soon as he steps out, I'll just give it to him right in the mouth and just kind of hold it there until he get out faints and... Boy, he starts really strong. And then I just hold on to it and just give it to
Now listen, you start to make a ruckus as soon as I give the signal, and hurry with that stuff because I can't wrestle that gorilla for very long.
Right.
Hey, Gronk! Hey, Gronk, come out here! Gronk is a sissy, Gronk is a sissy.
Come on, get him! Get him, Dusty! Get him! Get him, Dusty! Come on! Get him! Okay, all right. I'll tell you one thing. Anybody ever make some boxing gloves big enough to fit long fingernails, there's going to be a new heavyweight champ of the world.
That Gronk sure was angry when he got back to his cave. I mean, there was steam coming out of his eyes.
I bet he's still in trouble. Nothing to do but go try again.
Nein. Gronk will be twice as suspicious as before, and even more deadly.
I still say that chloroform is the answer. The problem is getting him to take it.
Why don't we give him a ham and chloroform sandwich?
It's ridiculous. The only food that Gronk loves is bananas.
Are you suggesting that we give him a chloroform banana?
That's it. The problem is getting him to take it.
If only we were in Dusseldorf.
What do you, in Dussel whatever? What did you say? What is that?
Because there's a little chimpanzee in the zoo there who is best friends with Gronk. For some reason, Gronk is always very gentle with monkeys.
You mean if we had a little gorilla, we could get him to take a loaded banana?
Well, where you gotta find a little gorilla in this...
Well, it may not be perfect, but it's a rush job.
That is great.
I can't go through life like this.
But Dusty, Mrs. Brookhaven's fur coat looks just fine.
Just get him to trust you, and then you give him that, huh?
Don't worry, Mr. Callahan. I'll have the gorilla eating out of my arm. I mean, my hand. I wish I hadn't said that.
Just get him out in the open, and I'll finish him off with this buffalo gun.
Nein, you must not do this. Gronk is an extremely rare specimen. You must appeal to his gentleness. Then he will trust you, and he will take the banana.
Okay, but this is the last time I let anybody make a monkey out of me.
All right, there goes a brave little guy.
Not angry this time. I think you've got him interested.
Betsy, when you get out, run to me. Turn right. Give me here. Right. Get my knee under. We'll get you out there in a minute, Bessie, baby.
Sorry, Gronk, I can't play anymore.
Keep it up. You got a minute.
Help! Somebody help!
Don't show fear.
How about if I show panic?
The way everything Gronk does. That's how apes show friendship.
Do what he does.
Come on, Betsy. You take care of Betsy. I'll help Dusty.
He's getting mad with you. Give him the banana. Give him the banana.
No, thanks. I've already had enough. I really don't want it. I mean, I just don't want it. No, go ahead. You can have it. I don't want it anymore. Really. Just go ahead. Eat it. No. I don't want it. You don't hold it.
How's he doing?
You see? Monkey do, monkey see. See?
You did it. You knocked him out.
But how? You ate some banana, too.
I only pretended to eat it so he would do what I did. He thought I took a bite like this.
Well, little pal, I certainly am glad that Krause and Kronk got themselves back to that circus.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about wild African animals bothering us anymore.
No, that couldn't happen again in a month of Sundays.
You think lions like bananas?
Wagons, go!